universe, spirit, guides, guardians, angels, spirits above or in between, guide us. What message you have for us in the coming days for our soul's highest good and evolution? What messages do you have? Thank you. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Got a lot going on. Interesting. Okay. Master of Orbs is the most direct energy out here. Wow. Okay. So here you have mastering your thoughts, mastering your abilities. You have a strong shield of protection around you. Yeah. And this is strong inner world. Well, obviously, you know, your thoughts and whatnot. But it's a really calculated control. And if you're not seeing that 100% right now, you're working towards that. That's something that, you know, you're working on or have already gained. But I feel like it's really direct. It's really direct. Like that's you know, a direct energy here. Okay? The Nine of Flames. Okay, you've been through a lot. This was face down. All the other cards are face down. You've been through a lot. Let me make sure this didn't fly anywhere else. Okay. Yeah, you've been through a lot, and you've done a lot, and you've gained strength from it. It's all the trials and tribulations that's led to this, that's led you to be this strong person. You had to go through possibly a lot of stuff. A lot. Okay? And here you are, making you even stronger, okay? Okay, the Sage of Crystal and the Three of Orbs. Okay, ooh. What is that? That's interesting. The lighting on here. Anyways, these are together. The Sage of Crystals, you're seeking, you're guided. You follow divine guidance. You're divinely led. You also follow self-growth. You go towards self-growth, towards abundance. You're moving towards abundance. Okay? It's what you're seeking and it's what you're doing. A lot of fertility in your life, but it came from heartache. It came from a lot of pain. Again, you've been through a lot. I get that. Yeah, there was a lot of mental anguish and a lot of like emotional stuff. I'm getting like mental anguish. Things appearing like you were under an illusion. Could be heartache as well, but I'm getting like there was some kind of illusionary thing that you were working through with your mind, with your thoughts, that was taking you to really dark, ugly places and was really keeping you stuck. But you're moving from that now. You're moving away from that. You've moved away from that, and you're seeking abundance and beauty and fertility and growth, right? That's what you're moving towards. But again, it's the strife that you've gone through that makes you so, this made you so strong. Reflection, yeah, that reflection that you've done, the reflection that you're doing, that you need to do constantly. This needs to be done. But yeah, you've done this reflection. And if you look at where you were and how far you've come, that's important because you have come very far. You're a totally different person. Yeah. It's been a hard one, and you've been through a lot, but you're super strong now. Super strong. You're a fighter. You've been through so much, okay? You've been through a lot. But again, you no longer. The High Priestess of Water comes out. A lot of emotional things that you've been through. And you do have this ability to really connect with the deep subconscious, your intuition. You go very deep. You're very deep. In your emotions too. You embrace your emotions. You may have been more emotional in the past. You can control them a lot better, but you also use them. You use them appropriately. You feel them, and then you use them appropriately. Okay. Love. Love coming out here. Again. Self-love. You've learned to love yourself. There could have been past issues with love in general. Beauty. Be sure that you see the beauty in life. Again, the dual nature of the rose, the thorns, and the rose itself. This enlightenment. Okay, yeah. You've been through the harsh and the gentle, right? The petals are really soft and silky, and then you have the thorns, draw blood. You've been through a lot, and you've grown. And through this duality, through these challenges that's made you, you found enlightenment in a way. Of course, you're never fully like, yeah, enlightenment's not a stagnant stay, right? You've been enlightened by these experiences that's made you who you are. Life experiences. Okay. Could also be some love coming in. But I feel like right now, this is for you. Strength. Now this is more about you. Strength, okay? Strength, endurance. You are strong. Remember, you said you're strong. Yes, you are strong. And you've grown so much. You're so stable. You're very stable now. In the past, there may have been times when you weren't as stable, when the foundation was a little rocky. Emotions, mental anguish, mental prisons, a lot going on, a lot of mind games going on. You've gone through a lot. And a lot of this was outside of you, but it affected your inner world. And you've learned not to do that. Because, yeah, again, strong. Taking an oath to yourself. You're strong. Look at that. Right after the strength card. Okay? Yeah, and then fragment fell out under... Yeah, so this was you in the past. You've solidified yourself where in the past you were a fragment. Also something about spirits of the past, like your spirits of the past, you know, in the past. Yeah. Message. There's a message here. And a summon. Okay. All right. You're summoning up the strength that you have to really live authentically for who you are. You gain a lot of clarity from the other side. You get a lot of psychic hits, a lot of psychic messages, a lot of dream messages, a lot of messages from the other side. Could also be getting a physical message. You've been chosen. You're chosen. You've chosen yourself. You're summoning up the spark. You're reigniting something within yourself. You can do it now so easily because of all the things that you've been through. Ooh, the High Priestess of Fire. We have fire and water here. Yes, you're very creative. You're very passionate. Again, with this passion, the inner flame. Again, that you were igniting the inner flame. You bring this passion forward and you project it out. Could also be very attractive. You'd be seen as being very attractive. You did have beauty come out and love. We have risk. You need to take a risk. There was movement to this. You need to take a risk. You need to put yourself out there. Put yourself out there and surrender to the process. Don't expect, no need for control. Just surrender to the process. Put yourself out there. Of course, in a measured way. Nothing too crazy, obviously. But there's something that you need to take a risk on. It's mostly putting yourself out there. Like, I understand this. Like, I haven't been really putting myself... I mean, I do these videos, but there's a lot of other stuff that I haven't been putting out. Because there's a lot that goes into things, right? There's a lot of things that need to be... You know as a creative, right? You know. There's a lot of things that come up when you decide to put yourself out there. And there's a lot of things that you may need to fix and to change and there's ways to do that, and we're all working on that, right? But this is just saying that you need to move more towards that. More towards that. More towards that, okay? Hope. Definitely hope is here, though. You definitely have hope for the future. There's a lot of hope around you. A lot of inspiration. Yeah, you're strong. You're strong enough to carry this energy now. You're strong enough to put yourself out there more than you were when you possibly first put yourself out there and you didn't follow through exactly, or you got let down, or something happened, or it changed your perspective, or you had to change course for a little while and you got off track. Something like that. Okay? But it's okay. It's okay. You're getting yourself back on track. That's with the seeker of the crystals. You're moving away from all that and you're moving towards this abundant growth. Yeah, that's what risk fell on that, and the heartache. Ah, yeah, it fell on the seeker of chalices and the heartache card, the three of orbs. It fell on those, and it's basically like, and it fell in reverse. You're not putting yourself out there because of the heartache that you received, the mental anguish that the disappointment that you experienced. And even though you're moving forward, you still have issues with totally putting yourself out there. That makes sense. Yeah. But there's hope here. You got the High Priestess of Fire here. Hopefully that'll get you, in case, yeah, you need to summon up that spark. Which you can do. You just need to engage. Soul journey. Yeah, this is your soul's... It just flew out of my hand. Soul's journey. Okay. That's a reminder that your soul is not tied to the body. It's okay, so here we go. Soul's journey. It's very important that you focus on the things that light you up, because this is what you came here to do. You're really strong now, so you're able to handle that. And again, part of your soul's journey is the ups and downs, right? Is that duality of the rose, right? The soft and the harshness of life. It really adds to the beauty of your path and the beauty of your life. And you need to recognize that. You need to acknowledge that. Truth. Really engage in truth. Really take a look at yourself. What mask do you wear? Be authentic. I feel like you are authentic, but engage in more authenticity if you can. Or just be true to yourself, okay? With this oath and this truth here, this is definitely about, like, being honest, being honest to yourself as well as others, but also living up to your values, your principles, and being authentic to you. Sacred wisdom, not hiding who you are, okay? Being okay showing who you are. Sacred wisdom, yes, a lot of beautiful wisdom coming for you at this time because you've been through so much. You definitely have a connection to the other side. Lunar magic is important as well, cycles, and you will be really able to tap into some beautiful visions, some dreams. Exercise your third eye. Engage in some meditations. Try to do some dream work. Try to do some work with consciousness. That'll really help open up. But I definitely feeling a very strong, even angelic presence as well. There's the owl presence here, but there's also angelic presence here of a light being or a spirit. Affirmations. Okay, yeah, affirmations are important. What you say about yourself, what you think about yourself. You need to have a really strong image of yourself, okay? We had self-love here, or we had love. But anyways, a very strong perception, conception of who you are. You know who you are, okay? And that needs to be really solidified. And I feel like it is, but you're working on that even more. The more you do, the more you engage your life, the more you really put yourself out there with doing what you really want to do and being strong in who you are and moving forward. That's really going to help you. But affirmations at this time will help solidify that for you. Retreat. And also, we have retreat here, and we had did we have reflection in this one? Is that past reading? Anyways, it's important for you to get away and to really spend time with yourself and connecting with yourself in a way that's peaceful, serene, that you can really concentrate on yourself. Get out in nature. Well, also being alone will help. Alone in nature, I'm getting. Could be going on a retreat as well. So this would be important. But if you can get any time where you're alone in nature and contemplating, or just alone in general, is going to be very important for you. You need to get away from a lot of distractions and a lot of things to where you can really work on yourself, okay? And build up that courage, which you do have, but you more solidifying that to where you really can put yourself out there and not be drug into like, oh, I can't because, oh, well, what if I can't because I need to do this. That's a common one. I need to do this before I can do that. I need to fix this before I can put myself out there. I need to do it, but then it never gets done. You know, speaking from experience, okay? You know, there's a lot of things that need to be done. Maybe they can be done after you put yourself out there and you tweak it. Tweak it a little bit, put yourself out there, and then tweak it more later. I don't know. But there's something about making these moves that you need to do that solidify every time you do the thing that you need to do. Every time you put yourself, you move forward, you're moving forward, you're solidifying that journey. You're taking another step towards what you need to get done, your destiny, your goal, okay? And so you need to keep doing it, even if it's not perfect, okay? And again, yeah, you don't want to put like your stuff out there before it's like matured, and you don't want to, but at some point you want to put something out there and you want to move forward, because you can't just stay hidden. You can't just hide the creations that you're making to help the world, to put that energy out there. You need to put it out there in some way, okay? That's what I'm getting. That's very important. This is very important. But you do need alone time to really kind of connect with that, connect with yourself, to really feel like how you're going to do that, okay? Ha! Of course. I'm getting meditation from this. But compassion. Compassion for yourself. Compassion for your past self. Compassion for your present self. Compassion for your future self. I mean, you need to have compassion for yourself. Yeah, compassion for others. But I'm getting meditation with this, and for this, I'm getting passion for yourself and growth, and just beautiful, this beautiful coming up and blooming and blossoming and really growing into your full potential, spiritually and physically. Okay? But you need to have compassion for yourself where you're at on the journey. Okay? That's very important. But you're getting there. You really have gotten stronger over time. You've really survived a lot. And that's saying a lot. But it's time to go even further. And with that, you're just going to need to do the meditations, to do the affirmations, to spend time alone, to put yourself out there in small ways, small but steady ways, and consistent ways, moving towards your goals. This will open you up. And you have the spiritual guides here willing to help. You have a very strong spiritual connection, okay? And this will help you move forward. And you will move forward. Blessings.